Let's have a look at R.Waida as we break this one.
Off the bottom, goes into a carving turn, more of a check turn because he's seen down the line that the wave is going to speed up as it hits that inside bank. Hits a little warble there, but no problem. He deals with it and into the next turn, closes off with a nice floater. I love the way he drifted the
Well, you know, it's an interesting topic that you bring up there. I had the pleasure of working with the crew over in Indonesia a couple of months back as we see our Indonesian just having a roll of the dice there on the way back out and looking for more opportunity. But back to the topic of the Indonesian talent. You're doing geography at school. Talking about geography, from Portugal is M.Blanco trying to get his heat. It's a similar discussion for the kids out of South Africa as well. Slightly weaker economy. Of course, two little errors there. M.Giorgi going down. We saw M.Blanco, the Portuguese surfer, setting up his opening wave. We'll try and reel that back for you shortly.
Absolutely not, Gigs. We had a southwest buster come through yesterday. We called it a buster. It blew really, really hard. And the result of that, it blew for about 12 hours solid through the night. We had a radical lightning and rainstorm through the night as well. At one point, I was a little bit concerned that we could be greeted this morning with sort of unsettled conditions as a result of that storm.
Kind of cleaned up more than what we thought overnight.
But the storm, or the whole frontal system, actually put a bit of snow on the Drakensberg, which is the mountain range about 300 kilometers inland. Okay, so this is Benji's wave. Comes off the bottom. Lovely clean turn. Not committing to the turn all the way around because they got their eye down the line. Look at that. That was the money turn for me on the wave so far. Goes into another one. Vertical up. Hits the lip. And into another one. Kind of got caught up in the landing on the end there. Gig in KZN. It's jackpot time because you know it's going to be offshore winds in the morning.
Yep. No, exactly. Katabatic drainage, we call it. Go and look it up.
That wave had to offer.
Well, he got absolutely blown off that wave at the end. This is M.Blanco as we feed back to live action here. Blanco not finding the opportunity, stuck with a pair of twos. And another low one coming his way now, not really getting into full gear, is the Portuguese surfer in blue. R.Waida talking over Belter, massive off-the-lip turn, tracking down the line here at Ballito. He must capitalize here if he wants to put a score on the board. Wow! Big flex there as the lip lands. Rio's reflexes will not help him on that particular landing.
It was almost a check turn because he saw that down the line that thing was going to hold up right down the bank.
Oh, we saw, this is the replay of M.Giorgi, who really nailed a number there. So good stuff coming out of the lineup here in Ballito.
This one is directly after that wave, so it's quite a frothy one, Gigs. But the water's all been drained off the bank already, and it allows that thing to stand up on the inside, and two great scoring opportunities. So second wave of the set. Sometimes you pull back on those ones.
M.Giorgi, meanwhile, Mike Frew has fetched a banger of a number. He's found a 7.83 in the lineup. Benji Brand. Well, judges didn't overbuy into this man on screen's previous wave, a 5.67. Let's see what he brings here on wave number 3. Either way, he's going to ditch a 1.5 out of the scoreline. And young Benji Brand now with Hawaii next to his name, grew up in Cape Town. And, of course, no stranger to this stretch of the coast. Former championship tour surfer. Santiago, though, who's featured quite well here a few years back. I think he went all the way to the quarterfinals. Watch this Blanco. This is Blanco out of Portugal. He'll have done that 1,000 times at Carcavelos and those breaks around there. Yep, very good surfing there. And this was the reply from M.Blanco. Nice little backdoor here. A little exit as well. So those numbers you see top of screen not updated at this stage as we slip inside of 12 minutes to go. Here is M.Blanco again. That's a better end section hit from the Portuguese surfer. That might bring him right into the story here. Waiting for the numbers to drop in. Seen a lot of action come out of the Portuguese region. And this is your Indonesian surfer, Bali's R.Waida, with a little fist claim as well. We'll peel back the tape for you and have a look at what was the opener for R.Waida shortly. Breakdown, this is wave number 4 from Rio.
Oh, that was a great turn, Gigs. Free falls down. Here he goes into that very glassy inside section. our Indonesian surfer surfing in waves that he could be at home right there.
International surfers, of course, a few South Africans in that. Let's call it maybe 12. So 100 internationals here making the trip to Ballito for the first QS 10,000 of the year. It never disappoints. As you see, M.Giorgi from Uruguay smashing away on this one. Little jam there as he redirects. This will say goodbye to his 1.93, which still features in his top two here. And M.Giorgi putting an intelligent heat together here as we move into the back half of it.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's quite a close heat at this point, but then when you do look at red score, he is banking a 193, like you said, Giggs, and once he improves on that, I think then we're going to split the heat up.
We're down to 20 seconds to go, and he remains down in third. Is Benji Brand going to challenge? Meanwhile, here's your Indonesian, snapping nicely again. R.Waida out of Kuta, Bali. Down the line he goes. This is going to be one of those that could even challenge for the heat win here.